So, hey, welcome back. This is the Part-Time Players Podcast. This is episode 26. This is a casual gaming podcast where two pals discuss the week's video game news. I am joined by my pal, Brad. My name is obviously Reece Blackton. How are you doing today, Brad?
Hello, Reece. Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
I almost forgot to introduce myself. I went for you and then I realised I needed to introduce myself. So I feel like I saved it.
I'm the most important, really. So, you know.
Okay. Well,
obviously.
To yourself.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I've had a conversation with your mum and we both agree that I'm more important. Yeah.
Okay. So, well, that is quite crushing. So, yeah.
News.
Yeah.
That's the news this week.
Yeah. This is our second intro because we just done one and your phone decided to start playing around in podcasts. So
I said
we should leave it in. You decided you'd cut.
Well, I kind of wanted to keep it professional. You know, everybody we've set a bar now of our professionalism and the professionalness of this podcast.
Yeah.
So I kind of felt like it wouldn't be with theme with us.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like we it cuts off or it crackles
or my dogs start barking.
Exactly. We have no interruptions at all. So I didn't want Siri start talking throughout my intro.
I think this is the good thing about it. Like, I've again, second week in a row, my dogs are here. They're asleep under the desk at the minute, which is good.
Okay.
But this is a real world. This is a real world podcast. We don't have fancy studio. No.
Well, you will be. Like,
I will be.
Is this the last time we're going to be recording?
No, we're going to have to do. Next week we're going to be recording here, and then the week after we got a pre-record for the 21st, because we're both going to be busy. So
yes,
that will be our Christmas episode.
Yes,
21st.
Yeah, we'll be doing a special. Spoilers. Well,
so one more day, one more recording here. Well, two, and then I will have I say studio. It's going to be a spare room with just some sound deadening stuff on the wall. I don't know. It's gonna be,
which you're calling the studio. This whole time you've been calling it a studio. Everybody's expecting some kind of, I don't know, Joe Rogan, like Red Room type thing with like pictures on the wall and stuff like that. That's what I was expecting anyway.
He's going to have some pictures on the wall. Yeah.
Okay. We'll see. And
I'll do a live. I'll do a tour of it when it's up and running, and then people can see. Yeah. But my dogs will still probably be there though. So it's not
in the studio. Okay.
In the studio. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is real world. This is real world. This is gritty. This is gritty podcast. Yeah.
Okay.
So, how's your week been?
Yeah, good. Pretty much the same. Busy, work and stuff like that. Hopefully, I was kind of, like when it's coming close to Christmas at work, you kind of expect things to slow down, but that hasn't happened yet. I'm hoping it's going to be this week coming that it just starts to really slow down and it's almost just, I don't know, not that busy, but it's still very busy at the moment, given the nature of, lockdowns and stuff, and now things coming out of lockdown. So then a lot of businesses are busy. So that means we are busy. I got a HomePod Mini, which I ordered. Funny story, that was supposed to come the same week of the PS5.
Yeah.
But it actually came early. So it was supposed to be releasing on the Friday when I had the time off, because I had the Thursday and Friday off for the PlayStation. And Royal Mail decided to deliver it early on the Wednesday, but I wasn't here. I was at work and I just left a card. I didn't realize this until I went down on Friday thinking, where's this HomePod?
Yeah.
And I realized, so I had to reschedule like a time slot for them. And I had to wait a whole week, like the following Saturday, until I got it again. So, a bit of a pain. They delivered it early for me to then get it late. You know, it's,
usually they leave a card and you can go to the sorting office and pick it up.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do that at the moment, given the pandemic.
I've got a card. I actually got a parcel. I've got one of those cards. I didn't bother looking at it to see what it said because I just assumed, we had to go to the sorting office.
You might be able to. Here, you can't. I had it a few months ago.
Oh, okay.
And they said you can't go to pick it up. You've got to reschedule. You have to reschedule a redelivery.
Okay. Yeah. No, to be fair, it's not. If the parcel's not for me,
which was quite simple. You just went on the website, you put in your postcode, you put in blah blah blah, and you just selected a time. They're now making you download an app, and you have to register. And I was just like, oh really?
Yeah.
And the app, I think the app crashed as well. It was a very very
a bit of a runaround.
Annoying experience. They just made something more complicated than what it needed to be. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was my week anyway. Exciting stuff.
Yeah. my week's kind of the same. This is the last week of where I'm currently working, so it's kind of a big mad rush to get everything done before I go. So, it's busy. And then after that, I worked out. I got 3 weeks and 2 days off before I have to start my new job. So it's going to be a nice little break. So yeah, looking forward to it.
How's the monitor? Obviously.
The last week's episode, the listeners would have heard that I was looking for a monitor. I then after the podcast, we had a look, found one. I decided I was like, yeah, I'm getting that one. I bought it, and it's still in the box. I haven't set it up yet. I'm still using my work. I play on my work monitor. So I haven't done it. I opened it up and I did look at it, and I was like, you know what? If I set all this up now, I'm going to have to take it apart again and repack it to move. So I have.
It's a monitor. What are you talking about? You got to repack it.
Well, I didn't want it to get. I don't want it to get broke, do I? So I was like, you know what? It's a bit of laziness, and as well as a bit of just practicality. I was like, I'll just wait.
Nothing practical about it, mate. The excitement of seeing something in 4K 60 over 1080p. I don't care what it took.
Well, to be fair, the only game I've been playing this week is Bugsnax. So
which is 4K 60.
I know. So, I will. As soon as I do move out, that'll be the first thing I do. Unpack the monitor and
wow. You're like a different species to me. I honestly wouldn't be able to wait 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks?
2.5 weeks, yeah.
Oh, mate. Nutter.
I've got the patience,
I'm surprised you unboxed your PlayStation 5 and you didn't keep that in the box.
Yeah. I was going to keep that. If it weren't for the
ridiculous.
Well, remember at first it was going to be a Christmas present, so I was willing to wait till Christmas Day to get it. So,
Wow. All right, fine.
What can I say?
Let's move on.
I'm a different breed. Yeah.
You are a different breed. You're never different breed of man. But let's go on to this week's news.
Yes.
Not very action-packed. I feel like this is very quiet at the moment. I'm kind of struggling for news. I believe everything. I feel like everything's just stopped for Cyberpunk. Like everybody's just waiting for that for next week now. It's so close. And because we are now so close, my hype levels for it have gone back up to like its peak again.
Oh, okay.
To the point where I don't want to play anything else other than that now. But like every time I put on Assassin's Creed, although I will talk about it a little bit later on because I've played a lot more of it this week or the week just gone.
Yeah.
And my impressions of it have 100% improved. I get the combat. I've unlocked a few abilities. There's things called knowledge books where you unlock actual like abilities and stuff. And I've upgraded my settlement a few times, and I've unlocked England a lot more now. And Eivor starting to feel a lot more, I don't know, powerful and better and stuff. There's still a few issues with the game, but anyway, I've kind of dived into my thoughts there. But I still, whenever I'm playing it, all I'm thinking is, I just want to play Cyberpunk now. It's, you know what I mean? It's so close. But we have got a little bit of news about it later on, which has also added to my hype levels, is one of the news stories that we got. So, do you want to kick off with your news?
Yeah, I've got some news here. It's disappeared. This is around the BioWare. The executive producer and along with BioWare's general manager have both left BioWare. So people are worried that it will affect the upcoming Dragon Age 4 and Mass Effect, because not only is the Mass Effect Legendary, like the remake remaster coming out, there's also they announced that they was making a new Mass Effect. So now people are saying, is this going to affect it? But BioWare just announced the departure of 2 of its most senior leaders in a single announcement. Like, it wants to reassure fans that projects like Dragon Age 4, Mass Effect franchise will still have a bright future. Both BioWare general manager Casey Hudson and Dragon Age executive producer Mark Dara, I think that's how you pronounce it, wrote letters to the community where they gave their thanks to the studio and its fans and explained that they knew it was a good time to move on. They join a growing card of senior leaders that have left the studio in recent years, including James Olin, Drew Capshin, David Gader, and Ben Irvin. I think Drew Capshin was the guy who wrote KOTOR 1. So, that was back in the day.
Yeah.
He also
I've heard of Casey, but I've not heard of the others.
he also wrote. I think he's the guy who wrote the Darth Bane trilogy as well.
Okay.
The books. So yeah, I think that's where I know from. So yeah, they don't really say why they're leaving. It just looks like they just decided to go. But it's a bit weird if you're in the middle of some big projects to be like, you know what, this is the best time to leave. Yeah, and they just said it's in capable hands. Dragon Age will be in good hands, Darrow wrote. Christian Daly will be moving to executive producer role. Christian Daly is a strong leader and will provide great insight to the rest of the Dragon Age leadership who remain. This is a team that includes people with decades of experience of BioWare. I am confident that together, this team can make Dragon Age the best one yet. And again, when they announced the new Mass Effect that they're going to make, they said it's in the hands of a veteran a veteran team. But, if the veteran team keep leaving, then it's not going to be. So for Dragon Age fans, I imagine it's a bit of a, I don't know, worry or concern. I don't particularly like Dragon Age games, but on the Mass Effect side, it's. I want him to
make a disaster. I feel like you can't beat around the bush. It's an absolute. The studio is already not got the pedigree it used to have. They've had so many duds now, and that's only for a reason why I can think Casey and all that have gone, because they're like looking at what the studio is now doing. It's like, this is not BioWare anymore, and I feel like it's probably just they're just thought, let's just move on and go to a new studio where they actually can start doing what we wanted or what we want to do. Do you know what I mean? It's just not the same studio anymore. I think it's very, very bad news for Dragon Age. I think it's very bad news for any future game that BioWare does. I don't think it's going to affect Mass Effect, because that's just a remake or remaster of the
not
the
them ones. It's more the new one that it could upset. So
if they do like an Andromeda 2 or something. Yeah,
exactly. A lot of people, everyone wants it to be the caliber of the old games, not Andromeda, because Andromeda is such a disappointment, really.
Did he? Maybe he's built it. Maybe they have got the story, and they've now just got to build the game. And maybe Casey's done that, and he's like, "Oh, thanks for that," because he came back. He left, didn't he? And he came back. I'm pretty sure after Andromeda, he actually returned to the studio, because wasn't he the lead on the original trilogy of Mass Effect?
I'm not sure. I can have a look.
Yeah, because I feel like I have heard his name, and I do believe it is to do with Mass Effect. I feel like he was the kind of the director of those. So, he got brought back, and now he's left again. So,
Hudson first joined BioWare in '98, though he departed the company in 2015 and rejoined as general manager in 2017 in the lead up to Anthem. Mark Dara has been in the studio even longer and has been involved with the Dragon Age franchise since its beginning. That's what I thought. I thought Casey returned after the poor reviews of Mass Effect. So he
obviously just
back.
Before Anthem.
That's what you can hope. Like he come back, he set the new Mass Effect on his path, and then they've just got to, like you say, deliver it. So hopefully it won't be a big issue. So we can only see, if it is a dud, then we will review it on here. We're not like these other podcasts that sell out and take money to say a game's good. We'll tell the truth. We've got our integrity. But obviously, if people do pay us to say it, we will lie. So I'm just saying, open to bribes.
Of course, yes. I will 100% sell myself for EA. No, it's absolutely gutting. What I'm a little bit gutted about is, I guess, the future of Star Wars with EA. And you almost want BioWare to be BioWare again and to make a really good RPG.
Yeah.
A new Knights of the Old Republic, or do you know what I mean? I just want, that's what I want. I want a Star Wars RPG. We haven't had one for so long now. And I feel like it's about time we've got another Star Wars RPG. Yeah. And the obvious team to do it with the deal with EA would be BioWare. But I almost don't want that now, because I just feel like it's almost not guaranteed, but I just have no confidence that it would be good.
Yeah.
I honestly don't. I have zero confidence. I'd much rather, I don't know, I guess the dream would be CD Projekt Red doing it, or,
someone else,
I guess Bethesda and, what was the other Microsoft studio that did Outer Worlds?
Obsidian.
Like they've got quite good pedigree for RPGs, but obviously it would probably be exclusive on Xbox. Well, probably not with their business model, but yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but like I say, only time can tell. So, and I think it's so early. We ain't going to see a new Mass Effect game for years. So, anything could happen, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it seems like very early days for Dragon Age, and that's their next game. So it looks like we're a long way from that. Then it'll probably be Mass Effect, which is even further away. And then if we do get Star Wars, who knows? Anything could happen.
Yeah,
it could be a brand new studio again. It could just completely re-evolve again. We never know. So so long away. And hopefully the deal will be over by then, probably with Star Wars. So, well, 100% would be actually. So yeah,
as long as they don't renew it. So
yeah, maybe I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
but
Disney need to just take it away from EA because they don't. Really...
Do you think they're gonna? Like, if you're going to predict, like we know what we want them to do, but do you think they will?
I don't think so, no, because like Battlefront 2 kind of got some numbers back, didn't they, after they tweaked it and changed it a bit. And Jedi Fallen Order, that was quite... People were saying that was like a decent Star Wars game. So maybe if they see, like, they think EA's, changed its ways and it's going to make better games, they might just let them keep it. But if I was the head of Disney, which I'm not, I'd be like, you can have a contract, but you like for a limited amount of time or games or something, just to see what they can do. We've heard about all these other Star Wars games that seem really promising and good, and they just all got cancelled. The Amy Hennig one, 1313. Yeah, they all seemed like they were going to be such good games, and scrapped them all. So. I don't know. Yeah, it's just. Yeah,
well, that 1313 wasn't EA. That was LucasArts.
Well, but still, a promising Star Wars game, and they just kind of just throw it on the fire. As well as KOTOR 3, I think KOTOR 3 was going to get done, and then they decided to do the MMO, go down that route. So well, we'll see. We can only wait and see, but yeah.
Yeah, and I think they may, because the only reason why I say that is because what they're doing on the Marvel side of things. Obviously, that's also Disney, and they must be seeing, we've given Spider-Man to Insomniac. Look how great those games are. Yeah. We've given Avengers to Square. Okay, not doing so great at the moment, but do you know what I mean? Give it to different studios, different types of games, and I don't know what else is in the works. Obviously, we had an Iron Man VR game from Sony as well, and maybe we'll get a Marvel game on Xbox. Maybe we'll get like a Wolverine game or a Captain America game made by one of the Xbox studios. Do you know what I mean? Give it to different and just because you're taking the license away from EA doesn't mean we can't get another Fallen Order or another Battlefront. Do you know what I mean? Keep that with DICE and is it Respawn?
Respawn, yeah.
So and then but allow the license or other types of games to be made by
different
Ubisoft. Why can't we get a Ubisoft make a Star Wars game?
Yeah. Or the thing is, like they do it that way. The more games be made, the more money they'll make.
Exactly.
So and that's what that's what it is. The fans will be happy because they're getting some decent Star Wars games, and they'll be happy because they're making money. So
yeah. Like it's got to the point now where I know you say you were a Star Wars fan, but you're a pretty big Star Wars fan. I'm also would consider myself a Star Wars fan, and we both haven't played Squadrons.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You know what? Like that's where it is now with EA and Star Wars. Like the Star Wars game of this year, we both haven't even played it.
No.
And I'm not even thought about it.
I will play it if it ever comes to Game Pass. Then
100%.
Or PlayStation Plus.
Or it's more likely to be on EA Play. What's it called?
Yeah,
EA Play, which is on Game Pass, isn't it?
Yeah,
so, yeah.
It's I'm more likely to play it then. Yeah, but I don't know. I am getting back into Star Wars because obviously the Mandalorian, which we'll be talking about later, died off a bit for me, because of the films. They was pretty bad. So we'll wait and see.
Yeah, we will do. Talking about space wizards and Star Warsy type game, Destiny 2.
Yes, your favorite big
week, huh? Your favourite,
yeah.
It's your favourite, isn't it?
I love it. Yeah, I can't get enough of it.
Yeah. So Destiny 2, it's got a big week coming up. Obviously, it's the next gen upgrade this Tuesday, which I cannot wait for. It's going to be absolutely unreal seeing this game that I've played for so many years just be transformed into 4K 60. from playing it at 1080p for so long and 30. It's just, I don't know, it's going to be such a massive upgrade. We've also got the Prophecy Dungeon returning to the game because they took it out when Beyond Light launched. I believe it was like extremely buggy. So they kind of said, let's not even put that into the game because it was apparently just completely broken. But they're apparently fixed it now. So that will be also returning on the 8th. Alongside this week is the return of Iron Banner, which is the first one of the season. Looking at the leaked images, I don't know if it's official now. It might be official, actually. I think it is official. It doesn't look like they're putting any new guns in the game, which is a little bit disappointing. I was expecting with Iron Banner returning that they were going to give us new guns, new armor.
Yeah.
Because what happened with obviously Beyond Light, as most of you guys know, or anybody that plays Destiny, obviously a lot of things got sunset. And I don't know what the percentage is, but most of the games basically got sunset when obviously they deleted it. And the whole promise was that, fine, we're going to get new weapons now. They wanted to evolve the game with new weapons, with new kind of roles and mods and perks and things to it. But they've kind of taken everything out and they've not added anything new. And it's just turned into a thing where it's like, it's a looter shooter game and you've taken most of the loot away.
Yeah.
And you're getting the same weapons over and over again to the point where it's such a problem now. They've actually given back last season's weapons. So they're now dropping again at a power level that is like playable. It's so kind of talking to people that play Destiny, but it's kind of all expecting, okay, Iron Banner, they normally have its own separate weapons anyway, and armor that you can kind of grind for. It's basically a P versus P event, Iron Banner, if you didn't know. It's basically you get it's like basically capture the flag almost. You get the bases and things like that. And that's the game mode. But they're just reusing weapons what been in the game and same with the armor, which is very disappointing. But it's very disappointing. But I'm looking forward to seeing it at it's not going to be at 120, but up to 120. Yeah. Crucible will be at 120 when we play it next week. You will have to re-download it, by the way, if you're playing on PS5 or Xbox Series X. You will have to re-download the game again because it is a separate game. So for those who are unsure about that, which is going to take a while because of the silly copy file, which is just seems to be terrible. Only with Destiny. I'm hoping they're going to fix that with this upgrade. I have not noticed it with any other game about having to do this really long copy file, which takes longer than the download. Yeah. But Destiny 2 still has it. It's very strange.
Yeah, weird. But I know you're looking forward to it. You're obviously a big Destiny fan. You are our Destiny correspondent. So, you're ready to give us an update on what it's like when next week once you played it. So,
I'll just be so hyped for the let's go in 4K 60 and how good it's going to look. It's going to be I can't wait to see that. And I really hope they keep going with the haptic feedback or the adaptive triggers and stuff. I hope they introduce that into because I feel like those triggers are really made for shooters. I don't know if they work with other things because I've experienced it with FIFA this week. FIFA got an upgrade and it visually looks fantastic, and they also added support for the controller. But if anybody that plays FIFA would know that the back triggers, the R2 is basically for running. So how they're kind of using the triggers is the more tired your player gets, the more harder it is to press down on the trigger.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Which it sounds really cool in concept, but in the second half when most of your team is knackered, you're doing kind of some kind of workout with your fucking finger, one. Yeah. And two, it's very weird when you've done a substitute or whatever. So you've got one player that's got loads of energy and you've got a player that hasn't. To go from holding the trigger down really down and then passing it and then all of a sudden it just releases. It's an odd experience. You got to get used to it, and I've kind of got a little bit more used to it. But the first night and first time playing with it, it was a little bit like, this is just, it feels odd. I almost feel like I broke my controller because you've had this intense pressure and all of a sudden it just gets released. Yeah. And it almost felt like I was breaking the controller each time I did it, but it's a neat feature. But
I think you'll see more and more games using the DualSense. Obviously I've experienced it on Astro's Playroom and Spider-Man. Nothing in Valhalla, but I reckon definitely the first party games will have it. You know, I know Call of Duty has it, so different guns you use has the different trigger effects. So
I think that's what it's made for, isn't it? Gun, like shooters, bow and arrow, like what we got in Astro Bot. Obviously, Horizon is going to be fantastic for it. I imagine God of War, like I said before, can't wait to fill the
that'd be good,
with that. I imagine they're really going to do something really special with that. So I can't wait.
Yeah,
Ratchet and Clank will be really good because it's got such crazy weapons.
Yeah,
the triggers on it are going to be that game's going to be impressive. I think it's going to surprise a lot of people because one, it's going to be the first only. Oh no, it's not. I guess Demon Souls is, but it's going to be, I guess, the first new game that's just PS5, I suppose. So with obviously the portals and the dimensions and stuff like that popping through with the fast load times and I feel like because it's like cartoony, it's already quite visually impressive. Like the remake is visually really pretty. Like although you re-downloaded it the other week, you need to play it in 4K with HDR on because the HDR in that game is absolutely stunning. The colors, really pretty game. So the PS5 version is going to be stunning. Can't wait.
Amazing, yeah. I've downloaded the Ratchet and Clank remake that came out a few years ago. So I downloaded that onto my PS5. So I might play through that before the new one because I've never really been a big fan of Ratchet and Clank. Never really played them. So I might see.
That's what I was saying to you. You need to play it with 4K with HDR on.
Yeah,
because it's really the game is really pretty with that on. It's a bit like Horizon. Horizon's like, because of the colors, you need to play 4K HDR. It's like again, you need to play like there's certain games where it's like, okay, does it really matter if you're not playing it with HDR? But these certain games, it's real noticeable.
Well, my new monitor's HDR as well, so
exactly.
Crack it open once I move, and then see what it looks like. Right, moving on to my next news story. People are using the Xbox Series X and S to emulate PlayStation 2 games, and you might be thinking, how are they doing this? But there's a
how, Brad? How? Tell us.
Well, I will tell you. Right. There's a developer mode on the X and S. I think there's on the Xbox One X as well. But once you've got that Xbox hardware, can run UWP, which is Universal Windows Platform apps, and one of them, so you can obviously install emulation apps on there. So one of them is Retro Arch, and using that, they can play. You can play all PS1, PS2 games on your Xbox. So it's the only way Xbox players are going to be able to get God of War. Obviously, it's and it's not the newer ones, but you've seen people on there playing God of War 2 and all that. It says here RetroArch still has some issues. Files are capped in size, limiting the library of games currently available, while performance, music, and visuals in many games still need a bit of tweaking. So it kind of sounds like the worst possible way of playing these games. But if you got it, and obviously you have the with emulators, you have the issue of owning it. So as long as you own God of War, and you've got a God of War, copy of God of War for the PS2, and then you can play it, But obviously, you have to own the copy before you can, emulate it. So,
why do you keep winking?
I'm not winking. You're not winking. Okay. Now you have to own it,
mate. Have you got something in your eye?
I think I'm having a stroke.
All right.
Call an ambulance. Jesus. But then it's got here, but it's impressive to see the performance of these games straight out of the box, as it were. A bit of banter there. The PS2 version of Silent Hill 2, for example, looks nicer than the edition included in the PS3, Xbox 360 Silent Hill HD collection. It's
cool.
It's good. It's another way of playing some classic games.
I'll go back to the whole backwards capability thing. I honestly didn't care about playing old games. It wasn't that headline, but I did see one where it was almost criticizing PlayStation. It was like, oh, you can't play PS2 games on PS5, but yet you could do it on the Xbox. It was just like,
yeah, but it's through like it's not the
official, is it? Do you know what I mean?
You have to go into the development mode and then get like an app and run like this emulator. So it's not as straightforward as just sticking it in or downloading it. So
I'd be interested. Can you if you're going to emulate that, I would try and get see if you can do that in Nintendo games. I'd be interested in trying to do that.
Yeah, play some Mario on your Xbox. You know?
Yeah, why not?
To be fair, you've got to have this emulator app anyway because there's no exclusive games on the Xbox. So you've got to have something to play.
Ooh, shots fired coming from the Xbox guy. Wow, Jesus.
Ooh, yeah, no, oh yeah.
This is now a fanboys podcast for players. Use the only one that will keep us away from that, and you just.
If anything, we all know that gamers have a good sense of humor and they can take a bit of.
Did you not listen to Phil last week? Tribalism is the worst part of the. Do you know what I mean? You've got to drive him away with your banter.
Yeah,
he's a little bit sensitive. Phil, he doesn't like the rivalry. He's
I'm going to have to write him an apology letter.
Phil Spencer a little letter of apology because he's a little bit of a sensitive man.
Sorry, Phil. Sorry, Phil. Yep. Reprimanded.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got more things to worry about, like Halo.
Yeah. Getting some exclusives out.
Yeah, exactly. What's going on with Halo? Unbelievable. All right. News story number 2. Cyberpunk 2077. So I've got time in 2 parts to the story. So the first one is when we can start preloading, which is different for PlayStation and Xbox than it is with PC. So you can start preloading it midnight local time on the December the 8th on PlayStation and Xbox. Oh no, actually, they're letting you do it early on Xbox. Sorry, I misread that. So first, you can do it now. So Xbox players, if you haven't already, you can already, not that there any Xbox people are listening to this, especially after your comment, but they could have started downloading since last Thursday. So go ahead, guys. You can download that. And we've got it basically from midnight, December the 8th, which I believe will be Tuesday midnight. So Wednesday morning, I suppose, or I got mine set to automatic. I've already clicked on mine. PC players can do it from the 7th. So today, the day this podcast gets released. So if you're listening to this, basically you can do it now. And the release dates of the consoles is obviously going to be December the 10th, which is midnight local time. PC's a little bit different. They've decided to make it December the 9th, 4 p.m. PST time or 7 p.m. EST time or 10 or midnight GMT. So, midnight here in the UK. But America, you basically get it pretty much the day before. So, lucky them guys, I suppose. Especially
all this
PST.
All this preloading and that doesn't apply to me because I will be buying it on disc. So it's
Apparently, the good thing about buying it on disc on Xbox is that you can actually pre-download like the updates and stuff. So when you just put in the disc, you can just play it straight away.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that'd be
But because I think the updates, like the first day one patch, is like something ridiculous, like 50 gig.
Jesus. Yeah, I don't even know if I've got enough. I don't even know if I've got enough room on my PlayStation to fit it on.
Really? Yeah, well, how many games have you got going?
Well, I've got Assassin's Creed, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Astro Bot still on there, and Astro Player still on it, and Ratchet and Clank and Bugsnax.
That's not a lot. I've got more than you.
Have you?
I've got Assassin's Creed, Spider-Man, obviously Miles, Destiny, Avengers, Horizon. I feel like I'm missing some. I've got more. I counted it yesterday. I've got like 10 games installed, and I've still got like 230 gig. I've only named 5. I can't remember the rest. But FIFA, of course. I've got loads of games installed in mine. I've got like 10 games.
Oh yeah.
So Astrobot obviously as well as another one, but yeah.
I can delete Astrobot now because obviously I've done everything on it. So yeah, probably just get rid of that one.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got the plan, haven't you? Yeah, I need to keep working on it. I haven't played it all week. I've just been busy with Destiny and FIFA,
Assassin's Creed,
and Assassin's Creed was the main thing I've been playing as well.
Yeah.
So
you didn't, and obviously Bugsnax. You played Bugsnax this week, so
yeah. That's not even
that's our main topic. So I know you would have obviously finished that.
We agreed that I would be questioner. I will be asking questions. Questioner. I don't know if that's
questioner. Yeah, I don't think that's English.
Yeah, interviewer.
Interrogator.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. It depends on your answers and whether or not you actually played it.
Yeah. I've played it. I love it. It's my game of the year.
Obviously, from our news story last week, of course, some copies of the game have been shipped out early. So CG Projekt Red have kindly asked people that have received it early not to record or stream it until it is fully released. Just out of respect for those who haven't received it yet and for spoilers, etc. Because it seems like I've seen so many pictures of the game. I've never seen a game be released early like this before. It's a bit mad.
I've not seen any, to be honest. I've not. Yeah, just kind of.
What do you mean, like Cyberpunk?
Cyberpunk. Yeah, I've not been looking, so yeah, I've kind of not seen anything. The only thing I've seen is like the TV trailer now that's on all the time, like the TV. Yeah, so. Yeah,
I've seen it on Twitter so many times. Not spoilers. I'm not talking about spoilers. I'm talking about people that have received and they're taking a picture of their
the game,
collector's edition.
Yeah,
I've seen so many. Maybe this is a common thing, but you normally don't see games get released early this. It's it's very strange. It's crazy considering how many times it's been delayed, and yet they're still releasing it early. Yeah. It's like, what's going on?
So if you got it early, like you say, you got the disc version early, and you put it in your console to play because it's early. Are you going to be able to play it because of like the patch? Like, would a patch or like would it download anyway? Would it be like, well, no, this is early. You can't do this yet.
So you won't get the day one patch, I would imagine.
Yeah,
you might get it now if you're on Xbox because you won't get the patch until probably the pre-download start. I would presume because the patch will be available with the pre-download. So once you can start pre-downloading, that's when I reckon the day one patch is. Maybe it does. I've never received a game early.
Yeah.
Where patches were a thing. Last time I received an early game was like PS2. And patches were a thing back then. So and I only buy digital now. So have you ordered yours already? Have you got a chance of getting it early? No?
It's ordered, but it's just with Amazon, so
you're not bothered to open it. It's just another thing. Like your monitor.
Yeah, if it does come early,
Cyberpunk now, but you can't be asked. Yeah,
I've got it here. Just show you, just show the case. I've not. It just says this will be shipped on the 10th. So
yeah. All right, fine.
Yeah.
An actual screenshot shared on Reddit, basically leaked, which is. Something that I was kind of hoping for, and what's kind of increased my hype levels for it, is that Cyberpunk is going to have a quality and performance mode, which isn't new, I suppose, for this kind of games these days. But it seems as if, basically the screen shot was from the Xbox Series X version, which shows performance and quality options, which is obviously fairly standard. So basically, the choosing between performance and image quality and performance mode, which is frame rates, which will be prioritized in obviously expanse of the image quality. So it suggests by the subscription that performance mode will be targeting 60 frames per second, which 100% pleases me. They do say that this is kind of confirmed and it is pre-day one patch, so they're entirely unsure whether or not it is or it isn't. But it seems as if if this is the case, and it is going to be trying to push towards 60 frames, obviously with us having a PS5, it will definitely hit it. And although we're not getting this next-gen upgrade until sometime next year, I feel that this is the closest thing or the most perfect solution for the time being. If we could just play this game at 4K 60 rather than 4K 30, I feel like it'll make the world a difference of just how the game will play and feel, and we'll get all the extra bells and whistles next year. But I was really pleased about that, and that really, I guess it shouldn't be surprising because most games have it these days. But I was surprised just because I was expecting this kind of option to come with the next gen upgrade, and the fact that we're getting it from day one is fantastic news.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. Although my monitor won't be unpacked when it does get delivered, so I won't be taking advantage of it anyway. So,
honestly, you're actually pissing me off.
Oh, you messaged me as a monitor, and I was like, in the box.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't know if you're finished with your Cyberpunk news.
I am.
I've got one last little bit of news. Oscar Isaacs as to be cast as Solid Snake in the Metal Gear Solid movie. Now, this movie has been it's pre-production, but it's been supposed to be in production since it was announced all the way back in 2006. So, it's a Sony film. Sony's upcoming Metal Gear Solid movie adaptation will star Isaacs as a protagonist, Solid Snake. You might be familiar with Oscar Isaacs, obviously in Star Wars and Deus Machina and other films. So that's it really. Kind of doesn't really say they ain't filmed any scenes or anything yet. It's just that he's going to be in it. So when we'll see the film, I don't know. If it'll be any good, I doubt it. But there you go. So.
I didn't even know there was even making a Metal Gear film.
Well, is that now? I just saw it. I saw it on Twitter, and there's like Oscar Isaacs in the Metal Gear Solid film, and I was like, well, okay. But apparently got announced. Like I said, back in 2006. So, it's
2006.
2006, it was announced. It's only 16 years. Later.
14. You mean?
14 years later, yeah. I mean, that's it. Quick maths there, Reece. I like that. That's good.
Added up, sure.
That's why you earn the big bucks.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
What more interests me, because I have no interest in this film whatsoever, is because Sony are making this Metal Gear film, do you reckon this is now kind of, I don't know, increase the chances of us getting a Metal Gear remake or Sony buying the IP from Konami? Do you reckon that
there's been so many rumours lately about the remake. Apparently, there's I don't know. I tried to look what it was. I couldn't see what it was. There's an Easter egg in Demon Souls, sorry. And it's like an Easter egg from Metal Gear, and they're saying obviously maybe is it Blue Point Studio?
Yeah.
They're the one. They might be the ones that are going to do in the remake.
Yeah, so, it's a dream.
Yeah, it could very well be. Yeah, I've got a feeling it's more likely to happen than not at this point. So, and if it is, they'll definitely pick it up again.
I also really hope E3 returns. And Sony returned to E3 for this announcement because the level of roar when you hear the snake, and it's Blue Point doing a remake of the original, I feel like there would not be many roars of a crowd just cheering. A bit like what we got with the God of War remake or reboot or whatever, where that crowd just went mental. That will get the same effect. You kind of want a live audience there to witness that because the reception will be absolutely, it's Metal Gear. It's one of the most beloved games ever, and so it's an easy win for Sony to do it. Blue Point are masters at remakes or remakes. They've done it a few times now, so they're so good at it.
I've got a lot of nostalgia for Metal Gear Solid 1. Yeah, it would be fantastic if they do bring it out. So even though we've both said before, playing games for nostalgia lasts for about 5 minutes. So
I don't know. Remake's a little bit different. I'm into like a remake. I just don't want to go back and play the old version. I know it sounds odd, but I'm all up for a bit like the Prince of Persia. If they made Prince of Persia like PS2 game available right now on the PS5, I would not touch it.
Yeah.
But I'm interested in playing the remake.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just something about a remake. Entices me where I have no interest at all about going into some kind of backlog and playing a PS3 version of a game, you know.
Yeah.
A bit like Ratchet. I would not be interested in playing Ratchet until they did a remake of it. It was very good. So yeah.
Yeah, cool. Sweet.
Yeah.
I think that is the news for this week, which then leads us on to this week's main topic. And I know people listen to this, they're in the past, they'd have heard us bad-mouthing, well, not bad-mouthing, but just saying, what is this game? You know, well, we're not going to play it. It looks a bit shit. It looks weird. But we didn't have nothing else to do for this week's episode. So we're reviewing Bugsnax. So it's,
Jesus. That was a really like betrayal of us. Was just absolutely in the shitter, wasn't it? Wow.
yeah. It's like, what do we do? We're happy, you know. And I was just
talking about integrity earlier, and now you're just like. But
you know what? To be fair, I'm glad I did play. I've been playing a little bit, and it's been fun.
Yeah, so your game of the year. Well, I haven't played it because I have self-respect.
Okay.
No, I've just been playing other stuff. But I do have questions for you about Bugsnax, since you are the man that has platinumed it. I've taken it. You've completed the game, and you know everything about it, ins and outs.
I know all those little. I know all the grumpuses. I know all the Bugsnax. Yeah, I know it all.
Okay, I have no idea what you're saying. You're just saying words right now. Yeah. I don't know what grumpus is. But my first question, which I'm sure will be most people's question when they see this game, is what the fuck is Bugsnax? Please tell the guys.
So Bugsnax, you play as a grumpus. So that's what the species are in the world. They're that's what in the trailer you see those animals. They're grumpuses.
Okay.
And you play as a journalist grumpus who gets a message from Lisbeth. She's kind of like the Steve Irwin person you kind of saw from the trailer.
Okay.
I could think. And she invites you to this island of Snacktooth to come and have a look. And apparently they're going to get the gist that the grumpus you're playing as a journalist has gone in search of I think it's called the Grumpacabra and all these other cryptids and that. So he goes to this island, he crashes, and he has to find out where Lisbeth's gone missing. He has to find out where she's gone. You also have to obviously catch and document all the different Bugsnax and return all the other grumpuses back to Snacksburg, the main town. So that's the aim of the game. Yeah. So
okay. So actually playing the game, is it first person, third person? Playing a game? Is it like a role-playing game?
It's like an adventure game. You got a bug scanner, like a camera. So every time you see a new bug, you can take a picture of it, and it gives you a description of it and the tricks. There's all different tricks of how to catch different Bugsnax. Some of them you can put a trap down, like the straw bee, and it will just when you take a picture, you can see the path it travels.
Okay.
So you put the trap down in that, it walks into it. You hide, it walks into it, and then you hit the button, you catch it. Then you get between I think it's 10 and 15 seconds to go get the trap to actually catch it.
Yeah.
There's all different. Some of them, if they get scared, they'll run into a bush, and then you have to use different tools to get them out so you can catch them. So you get a slingshot, and you can get tomato sauce and chocolate sauce, ranch dressing, chili sauce, and all different Bugsnax like different sauces.
Okay.
And there's one called, I can't remember what it's called. It's a tinfoil. It's a jacket potato wrapped in tinfoil, and it's aggressive. So to catch them, you have to make them headbutt each other, and then they get knocked dazed, and you get a net, and then that's how you catch them. So it's a first person adventure game, but with puzzle elements of how to catch the certain different Bugsnax. And each Bugsnax has different abilities, and it does different things to the grumpuses you feed them to. So,
okay. Is it open world? Are you on this island? You can go wherever you want. Or?
On the island, and you unlock different sections. So you start off in a waterfall. I can't remember what it's called. And then you've got Garden Grove, you've got Snacksburg, you've got a beach one, you've got one in the mountains, so there's snow, so that's where cold Bugsnax are.
Yep.
The desert one, so that's where you've got a jalapeno lizard that shoots fire at you. And that's so it's all different. To be fair, you got Bunga, which is a burger that kind of walks around. It's like a burger in a wrapper, and it walks around on curly fry legs. And it's they're kind of like Pokemon because they just say their name. So you're walking along, you just say Bunger, 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 and like Strawberry and all that. Yeah, so it's
okay.
And there's also day and night cycle, so you can only catch some will only show up during the day, some will only show up at night or when it's raining, so you have to kind of keep going back. So it is a little bit like Pokemon. You kind of have to, I think there's 100 to catch, and you do have to mix it up with when you're going to go out to have a look to try and catch them.
Okay.
There's a weird one, like every time I go into a new area, just in the distance, you see it, you glimpse it for like a second. It's like this really long snake one, but it's so far off, you don't know what it is. So I don't know if that's like going to be in the end game. I should have said, like the game starts by you crashing your airship because like this massive flying pizza knocks you off your airship.
Okay.
So I think that's got something to do with like the ending as well. So it's fun. I've been having a good time.
So there is an actual ending. It's not just keep going.
Yeah. I think the actual at the minute the goal of the game is to return the Grumpuses to the town, and that way every time you return a new one you get a new piece of information to find where Lisbeth is, like the main person of the group. So bring all the people back to town, get another key or like a reel of film or a map, and then that's how you work it out to find it. And
so will there be, you mentioned an end game, so will there be actual like a game to play, a bit like an Animal Crossing or like a Pokemon where you can just go around collecting things once the game's done?
I don't know. Sorry, when I said end game, I didn't mean. I mean like I think it's going to be tied into the end part of the game. Not. Oh, okay. I don't know I don't know if once you finish, you can maybe, if you haven't caught everything, or I don't know. Maybe you can only catch some of these Bugsnax after the game has ended. So
yeah.
I'm just going through trying to catch as many as I can. There was a trophy I got yesterday called Combo Meal, where you had to transform one of the Grumpuses by feeding it a bunga, which is a burger, a Frida, which is chips, and a Sody, which is obviously a can of soda. It's called Dr. Sody, actually. So, it's odd. It's weird. Like,
it sounds very strange, bizarre.
It is very strange, but it's kind of like you meet one of the Grumpuses and they're like, I want my hair to look like a pineapple. So then you have to go and find this pineapple Bugsnax that's under the sand. So you have to get a Crabble, which is a crab, but it's an apple. And you have to get to like dig it out of the sand so you can catch it. And that's it was all different.
Okay, some kind of puzzle mechanics involved where you've got to work stuff out.
Yeah,
sounds good.
Yeah, all different puzzle mechanics,
Amongst all the madness, it sounds like there's quite an interesting game there. So your character itself is also a Grumpus?
Is Grumpus, and there's a part in the game where they go to feed you a Bugsnax, but it turns out you're allergic, so you can't transform yourself.
Well, that was my question. Do you transform? Do you get abilities? No, you don't transform.
No, you're just a normal run-of-the-mill Grumpus running around feeding Bugsnax to other people. So I'm enjoying it so far. It's fun.
Okay.
A silly game.
Have you seen the trophies? Are they difficult?
There's 28 trophies, and they're all tied around catch this one. And not story related. Obviously, the big one is catch 100. Catch your 100 Bugsnax. So I will try for it. Yeah, I will give it a shot. I think I've got 30. I think I've caught 30 so far. Maybe.
Okay.
So it's fun. I enjoy it, and I think that for yourself and anyone listening, and you've got a PlayStation Plus subscription and you've got it in your library, you've downloaded it, give it a go. There's nothing. It's free as long as you got your subscription. Give it a bash. If you're looking for a fun puzzle game. I know I slagged it off when we first saw it, but it won me round.
Yeah, it is a little bit. On the surface of what it is, it does seem a little bit mad.
Yeah.
But no, I don't want to make any promises, but I will attempt to give it a go one day. It's more just commitment and time with things.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's unfortunate that obviously on console launch, there's a lot of games that I've been playing and I'm trying to play Assassin's Creed, or trying to do as much Assassin's Creed as possible, like this week, because I know as soon as Cyberpunk comes out, it's getting dropped. It's getting dropped. And then obviously Tuesday is Destiny Reset with the new next gen upgrade. So an Iron Banner. So I want to play that. Then Tuesday, but I won't be playing it Tuesday because I'm playing Destiny. But on Wednesday, I'm going to be playing Avengers because the new update for that with Kate Bishop comes out obviously on Tuesday. So I'll be doing that Wednesday with my friend Christian. And then obviously Thursday is Cyberpunk. Yeah. Literally, it's and then everything's dropped for that. So it's this week was kind of like try and get as much done with Miles, try and get as much done with Assassin's Creed, and still do my bits with Destiny because it's just a weekly thing that I've got to do my weekly objectives. And I don't know. It's timing. Do you know what I mean? So as soon as the things go a little bit more quiet, which I don't know how long Cyberpunk's going to keep me busy for, probably quite a while. Maybe sometime in January, maybe when it goes a little bit quiet. I'll give it a go.
I think they've done the right. They made the right decision of putting it on PlayStation Plus because it's going to get a load of exposure. A load of people are going to play it. It's the same guys that make Octodad, and that wasn't a PlayStation Plus launch game for the PS4, which I think if it was, a lot more people would have played it. But
it was a PS Plus game, though.
I think it was a PS Plus, not a launch start. I don't think.
No, it wasn't. It was a Plus game.
So, but it's it's a launch game, new console. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, just give it a go. I quite like it because I like collecting. And for me,
like Pokemon itch.
Yeah, and like the town when you go into Snacksburg, the town's all run down, and as you bring more Grumpuses back, you see it start opening up and that. So. Yeah, it's for me. It kind of checks the boxes that I enjoy. So I mean, I like Bugsnax. I'll give it.
Heard it here first, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
approved by Brad.
Yeah, Brad Silly approval. That is.
Exactly. I feel like this is quite a nice segue. Just go into what we've been playing this week. Since you've obviously been talking about you've been playing Bugsnax, and then we'll go on to this day in gaming and Manda review, etc.
Yes.
Just a brief kind of update on my thoughts on Assassin's Creed from the back of what we said last week. So like I said at the beginning of the podcast, I am enjoying it a lot more now. I've kind of learned the mechanics, how to play the game a little bit better. I've upgraded the settlement and upgraded a few more abilities now. So it feels a little bit more like an Assassin's Creed game. You feel a little bit more, I don't know, like an assassin and overpowered. I feel so overpowered despite still being very early in the game. I find it quite easy now. I've kind of learned the controls to either stand my ground and parry, which is quite obvious when the enemy's going to hit you because you have that big orange indicator.
So what is parry? Because I was trying to figure. I don't know what I do. Can you? I'm where I am. I've literally just got to England. So have you learnt parry yet, or?
Yes, but I've unlocked like perfect parry and parry damage and basically.
What button do you have to press to parry? Because I must have forgot that prompt because I couldn't.
So I don't know if it depends on what weapons you're using. Because R1 is like your right-handed weapon and L1 is like your left-handed weapon. So I'm wielding like dual axes, like two axes, because that's how I roll. It was like the most fun that I've had is just running two axes. I don't need a shield or I don't like the two-handed big axe either. It's too slow. I'd like the two axes and I'm going for it. And I just press L1. If I see an orange indicator, I just press L1. It stuns them, and then you got to like click R3 to do like a stun attack. And basically what it does like an animation where he basically just stabs the guy through the chest with his own weapon. I don't know if you've got to get the enemy's stamina like to the low. Like you got to get them keep swinging so their stamina bars, and then when they do an orange attack, you then parry and it stuns them, and then you can just do one finish kill. Or they sometimes fall to the ground. You can do like a stamp mechanic where you stamp on their head and kill them. They're kind of the two options. If not, you can just keep pressing square and you kind of dodge quite easily. And I just go in and attack. I've unlocked a few abilities. One is like this like rope thing where you like throw a rope and you like grab the guy and you could either pull them towards you, you can then throw them, but you like it's so unrealistic how you can like launch someone into a wall, and if you launch them into something it just kind of kills them straight away. I've got another ability where I can jump up in the air and then I just like slams, like a slam thing with the axe.
Yeah.
It does a lot of damage. And I've done a few abilities with the bow and arrow. I've got like this quick fire arrow thing now, and I've got one where I can lock onto like 3 enemies at once.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Fire 3 things, and it just locks onto them.
Like Legolas.
It's just like 3 things. It just goes like that. That's really cool.
I'm glad it opens up more because we both felt the same way last week about the combat. We both weren't fans of it. Like I said, I've just got to England where I stopped playing. What I was playing is I was enjoying, so I'm going to go back into it. Obviously, like we said, Cyberpunk coming out, so. Yeah,
they're in little like tombs underground, so you want to try and find a little icon on your map that's like stairs and go under, and you'll either find something with like the gold things, like either armor, resources, like money or whatever it is.
I think, I found one that keep you took, and there was stairs. Yeah, I found it. I think it was just wealth. I did find like some. I think you get it during the story. Some sort of mace or flail, whatever it was. As a weapon, but it's just too slow, so I didn't bother using that.
Sure, yeah.
I will definitely go back into it, and I'm glad you say it opens up and improves. So
it definitely does. It's not perfect. It's still not smooth all the time. Sometimes when you get the stun mechanic and you then go to press R3, like you're clicking on the trigger to do it, it sometimes just doesn't do anything, and you got to then. I don't know, it just like goes really stiff all of a sudden for some reason. I don't really understand why, which kind of takes you out of the fluid of in a middle of a fight, which is a little bit of a shame. But yeah, it's I'm thoroughly enjoying it a lot more now. It's opened up. I'm probably on, they call them sagas. So each, like when you choose to like build an alliance with a certain area, like I did, I can't remember what the area is called again now. The first area where the Ragnar sons are. I completed that first saga. Now I'm on to the second saga, and I've done most of that as well. But I'm enjoying it a lot more now. It does definitely gets better as you play on, and I imagine it's going to get even better as I've logged on. I did go down to London yesterday, just because I wanted to see what it was like, and it was quite interesting to see because obviously both being English, whatever, seeing England or London at that kind of era was quite interesting. It was just basically ruins, like Roman ruins, which not really knowing much about history like that far back of England. You know, you kind of think of London as our capital, which it wasn't at that stage in history. It's just like kind of ruins. There's like a kind of almost like a Colosseum type thing, ruins and Roman statues, and it's just all crumbled. And it's very cool. There's another, obviously, because I was in London, I was then going to go, obviously, come to Essex, because obviously where we're from, and then like Colchester is there.
I was about to say, because Colchester, like today, you can see the Roman walls and that. So
I believe Colchester is like the oldest or the first
one of the
cities in England. So
it's you've got your Roman castle there and that.
So I will check that out at one point, and maybe go down to try and spot where I'm from and live and stuff, and see if I can get there on the map. But it's quite cool. Sometimes, because obviously it's so far back in history, to play in England, it's kind of like unrecognizable, because obviously it is. But it's like any other, you could be playing The Witcher. Do you know what I mean? It's so unrecognizable,
so far removed.
But sometimes you get that little tweaks of like, oh yeah, this is England, if you know what I mean. Like little reminders sometimes by the way they talk. There's lots of rats. My rats are so buggy in this game as well. Like some of them are like flying or hovering off the ground and running through walls and coming out of walls, and there's a lot of bugs in this game, especially with the rats. It's strange.
Buggy rats, super rats. Maybe that's what they was like back in the day, like ghost rats, flying rats. You know, that's how the plague. That's how the plague spread so much. So it was just like
they were flying into people's faces and stuff. With their fleas.
Just doing that.
The auto drive mechanics. It's not new. They've had that in Assassin's Creed before, but I really like that. When you're in the boat and you can just hold X, you get up the sail, and then you just press auto take me to objective, and you just let it dry, and I just put down my controller, and then because it's not fun either riding a horse or driving a boat. Unless you're in a car, it's not fun. I don't like it, so it's so good that they added the auto into the game.
That's where God of War done it well, because when you was gonna have to like go, you saw a boat and you're like, oh god, like, and the controls for this going to be crap, but it was literally hold X, so it was like you was in a car, you know. So that they done that well.
and you had you didn't have stories in this, but you had the stories,
all the stories and the lore and everything that you found out with it. Yeah, so you actually enjoyed the boat rides. So
I did. Yeah, honestly, there was a couple of occasions where I could have got off the boat because I got to the location and I just sat there and I wanted to hear the end of the story because the stories were so engaging. Yeah, no, that game is phenomenal. If you haven't seen the documentary, go watch it, guys.
Oh yeah, I still haven't watched that.
You should give it a watch
this week. Yeah,
give it a watch. Really good.
So that's what you've been playing. Obviously, I've been playing Bugsnax, and I've also been playing remastered Spider-Man, which I haven't had any more bugs or glitches on my PS5 since the first ones I talked about, like the first week I had it. So that's good.
Sure.
Just kind of going through that, knowing, having played up to the bits now before, I kind of like not breezing, but going through it. So hopefully I'll get that done. I want to finish this one. I've never finished the one from 2018, hence why I'm playing it again. So I'm enjoying that. Played Bugsnax, and that's it for me. I haven't played didn't play no more Assassin's Creed, and like yourself, it's kind of how much are we going to how much of these games are going to be able to play once Cyberpunk comes out. It's kind of
you kind of need to get things finished. So try and get Spider-Man finished or Bugsnax, whatever you would rather finish.
I also need to. Because I have this weird thing. I think we said before. I know Miles Morales is set at Christmas, and I won't be able to, once Christmas goes this year, I won't be able to play it for a year. So it's.
That is weird. Sorry,
I don't know. It's just, I just can't do it. It's like you can only watch Christmas films at Christmas. This is it.
It's not a Christmas game.
Yeah, I know, but it's set at Christmas and there's snow and there's it's nice and pretty, isn't it? So
it's not that long. I would suggest you just play them.
Just smash it out. Yeah. But
I got the trophy though that I was after last week, doing the 100
combo. 100 combo, yeah. Was it easier? Did you find just like a
I found out a way of doing it which was really easy, a cheesy, sweaty way of doing it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I would imagine if you had it on the higher difficulty you'd get it, because obviously they take more hits to go down, so
it's the first fight you do in Miles. Yeah. Basically, none of the characters have got weapons.
Right.
And if you keep dodging, your thing just keeps going up. So all you have to do is keep pressing dodge. And every now and again, just hit them to keep it going. And you just keep pressing circle, keep dodging.
And that's how you got it.
Yeah, and eventually you get it, yeah.
No, okay.
Like a trophy guide thing. I saw it on Twitter. It just popped up one day. It was like, easy way to get the 100 combo trophy, and I just watched it and I was like, start a new game, go to the first fight and just keep dodging and you'll get it. And I was like, I could do this officially, or I can just get this done really quickly. And I just thought, you know what, let's just get this done.
Yeah.
So I've done that. I then tried looking through the trophy list what I've got left. So I've got one which is doing all the crimes, but I didn't realise because I've done them all. I was like, oh, okay, why haven't I got this trophy? But it was do all the side objectives or the extra objectives as well.
Oh, right, okay.
Which is to play in the way they want them to play. I've done most of them. There's just one that's really, I'm finding a little bit tricky. I need to keep doing it. Is you got to take down this car, but without taking no damage at all. So you got to do the entire mission without getting hit once.
Yeah.
Which is, it's
tough.
It's tough because once you land on the car, you kind of got to predict which. I don't know if you've ever done in the car. They obviously come out the windows.
When they come out,
But if you get it wrong or you time it wrong, obviously they then shoot you once,
and then you've got to wait around for another one as well. So
you basically got to restart it again. But it's probably quicker just to just finish it because I finish it quite easily. It's just not taking one hit at all. It's just a little bit tough, but hey, I'll give that another go. I might give that a try today, but try and get that plat. Once I've got the plat, then it's done, uninstalled, and
move on.
Move on. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
check it off the list. Yeah, cool. So that's what we've been playing, and we're going to be playing until Cyberpunk comes out. Next week episode will be Cyberpunk. We'll be giving our early impressions, because obviously it's going to be a big old game. So our early thoughts, impressions.
Yeah, we 100%. I can't speak for Brad, but from Thursday onwards, it'll be the only thing I play. So I will definitely put a lot of time into it. Well, not a lot of time. I've got work, but Thursday night, Friday night, and most of Saturday, whatever, will be my dedicated to that. I'll at least try and get, I don't know, 5 to 10 hours into the game. I'm hoping by Saturday or by Sunday, I should say. So, after 10 hours, you should have a basis of what the game is and all the things, and we'll have a very good review. So if you have any questions about Cyberpunk or your thoughts or anything like that, and you want to write into us for next week, obviously, the places to go, obviously our Twitter, our Gmail, Facebook, Instagram, all these places, you can, you know where to find us, part-time players.
Yeah, definitely. Hit us up with any, questions, or, if you're one of these people who's got an early copy or whatnot, let us know. And, it would be great to hear from our listeners.
Yes. Yep. And obviously, if you don't want to miss that episode, obviously like and subscribe to the podcast on obviously YouTube, any podcast platform. We're pretty much on everyone now. If there is a one that you prefer and we're not on it, then obviously, once again, hit us up, and I'm sure I will try and work out how to get it on there. I'm sure it won't be difficult, but we're pretty much on everything.
I think we are,
Spotify,
Podbean,
Google,
Stitcher,
the lot.
So
Amazon as well, I believe, the lot.
One of the best ways to help us grow as a podcast, I would say, is to leave a star rating. Apple Podcasts, where we get the majority of our downloads. It's easy to do. You can just scroll to the bottom of the episodes. You can leave a review in the app and a rating. So that'd be great. It helps us grow and get up the charts. And subscribe if you watch us on YouTube. Listen to us on YouTube, rather. Sorry. Subscribe on there. Leave a thumbs up. Hit the bell notification so you know when you get new ones. And I don't think we say this enough, but our podcasts come out every Monday. That is our release day. So Monday morning, like Reece I think Reece uploads them late Sunday night. So Monday morning in the UK, that's when they're up.
It's kind of scheduled to midnight, Sunday midnight or Monday, whatever. It's Sunday midnight, isn't it? Sunday midnight UK time, so GMT time. So wherever that is where you are around the world. When it comes.
America might get it on a Sunday, so in that case, but in the UK, where the majority of our listeners are, Monday morning. So that's interesting. I don't know if it does do that. I don't know if it's because I just put midnight. I don't know if like the website, because obviously what we use is Podbean and obviously YouTube. I don't know if they change it depending on where you are around the world. So midnight where you are around the world is when it comes, or it gets released for everybody at the same time. It gets released our time, midnight. So if you are in like America or somewhere like where it's hours behind, I think they do, because I've checked first thing on Monday morning sometime the stats, and we've had a few downloads. So, and from the States. I think that's what it is. So all depends where you are. But Mondays is the day it officially gets released. So check it out. Sure. We move on now to This Day in Gaming, everyone's favourite recurring segment.
Yes.
One day.
Have we got the trumpet this week? It was the trumpet was good. Can we have a trumpet?
What that?
That. I will. That should be the. That should be the.
I will have to try and get a jingle, or find someone who can make a jingle.
You like to dedicate a lot of work, don't you?
I'll try and do it, and then I'll just send it to you, and you're the one who's going to have to edit it into the podcast. Or I'll make it on my phone, and I'll just play it through my mic. There you go. That's because I'm not. I don't want to spoil it. There might be little, some festive sound effects when we record our Christmas episode. You never know.
Okay, that's news to me as well. So there you go.
We'll have a meeting this week.
All right.
So this week's This Day in Gaming was It's a brilliant game, and it is a sequel to one of the best Star Wars games ever. I don't know if Reece can pick it up from that. It is a little game called Knights of the Old Republic 2: The Sith Lords.
Okay, I was going to guess that, but
yeah. And it was released on the 6th of the 12th, so the day this podcast gets released, 2004, which is crazy. I looked because I was like, that don't seem right, and I checked it, and it is only a year, like a year and a bit, a year and a few months after the first one came out. I always remember there being a big gap, but no, like it was two.
Wow, they were turning them out then, weren't they? They were actually a good studio back then.
Yes, well, I think this one was Obsidian, KOTOR 2.
Oh yeah,
so,
you're right, yeah.
So it's a bit like Fallout 3. Fallout 3 came out by Bethesda, and then 2 years later, 2010, New Vegas came out, but that was Obsidian. So there might be.
I forgot that it was Obsidian, not BioWare. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's KOTOR 2. You play as the Exile, someone who was cast out of the Jedi Order and lost their powers, or like lost their connection to the Force, and you wake up on a mining facility, and you're woken by someone called Kreia. She becomes kind of like your mentor, and you have to kind of travel the galaxy with a new group of people on the same ship, the Ebon Hawk, to try and stop the Sith Lords and get your connection to the Force back. Yeah. There's like 3 Sith Lords. I think you had Darth Sion, Darth Nihilus. That's the one who kind of like, he was just Force energy. I think he's the one with the mask, just pure dark side energy. Darth Sion was the like undead, like craggy one. He like looked like he had lava in him or whatever. And the other one, to spoiler alert, if someone's played this game, this 16-year-old game, was Kreia. So she was actually a dark side as well. And yeah, you had like there was actually some returning characters. The astromech droid, he was in it, and HK-47 was in it if you decided to rebuild him.
Sure.
So it was really good game. It was very similar to the first game, but I kind of think, I don't know, I like the story, and it kind of built on some of the KOTOR 1's features. Like the combat was still turn-based combat, but yeah, I thought it was good. One bit I did think was a bit silly. If you could, I think in one of my playthroughs, you unlocked everyone was a Jedi. So Barad-dûr was a Jedi. Atom Rand, turns out he was a Jedi. I can't remember what Mira. I don't say Mira, but like the bounty hunter girl, if he was on the light side, she was a Jedi. Yeah. It's like, really, have all these people really? Jedi, but yeah, I thought it was good. And the different color lightsabers, you could have like I used to have like a cyan, like a bluey kind of color, and you could have red, black. I think you have black. You could have silver, orange, purple. Oh, you could have purple in everyone. But yeah, there's different. I thought that was cool. Yeah, different lightsabers. Yeah, but
okay, cool.
Yeah, it's brilliant game. Really fun. It was out on iOS. I got KOTOR 1 installed onto my iPad, and there for a time KOTOR 2 was available for iOS, the iPads, but then it kind of got pulled and you can't get it no more. Yeah. So like a licensing issue or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I never finished 2. I finished 1. I beat 1. I don't know why I never did 2. I played it, but I just never finished it. I can't remember why though. Yeah. It was one of them weird things where I really wanted to play for years, but I never had a PC. Because I've never been like a PC. Well, I was younger when it came out.
Yeah.
And it was obviously on Xbox as well. And I really wanted an Xbox. That's the only reason why. It's like one of the reasons why I actually wanted an Xbox is to play that game. And I remember borrowing an Xbox just so I could play it. And I remember just playing it for a bit, but I can't remember now. I never got that far into it. I just struggled with it. But yeah, years and years later, I then did play like the first Knights of the Old Republic kind of thing. I think I played it on like my Mac or whatever when it got released on Mac.
Yeah.
And I beat it and obviously know the story of that and things like that. And it was fantastic. So then I was like, okay, let's go to the second one. But I was a little bit Star Wars RPG fatigued by then. So, and I also really wanted to play for years and years. I really wanted to play the MMO, but I have...
never got around to it.
Yeah, well, I don't have a PC. I've always been an Apple guy. So yeah, it's I wouldn't mind seeing it come to PlayStation 5. Like, it's obviously, it's not like it's technically can't be brought over now, like in terms of power. Do you know what I mean? It's more than enough powerful enough. I would like to see it be brought over. I wouldn't mind to see that.
Yeah, I think I can't. I did complete it. I did finish it. I think you end up on Malachor. That's where the game ends. But yeah,
Sure.
it's been such a long time since I did finish it. I can't really remember.
Yeah,
But yeah. I think it was Malachor, as Barador used to pronounce it. But yeah, it was. It's good. It's a good game, and that was a very easy to do. This week's this day in gaming. I saw that and I was like, bang, there we go.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. No, it's a very good one.
It nicely ties in with, I was say it ties in with the BioWare news, but it was Obsidian, so
yeah,
it doesn't
related. They still
definitely.
published it, I would say.
No? Maybe, yeah. Let's have a look. So the publisher was LucasArts, developer was Obsidian.
Oh, LucasArts, okay, of course, wasn't it? Yeah, okay,
but
cool.
That's it. It's a shame that you can't get it on iOS anymore because I would have had them both on my.
Yeah, you just want a new one. Like I said earlier, it's time. We need a new Star Wars RPG, even if it is Obsidian that's doing it.
Yeah,
and it is like an Xbox game. I would take that.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I would somehow find a way to play it through Game Pass or whatever. So I would. I just want a new one, even if it's an MMO or something. I just want a Star Wars RPG again.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. So that takes us on to the part of the show where we are going to now talk about this week's episode of The Mandalorian. So if you haven't watched it or you don't watch it, but if you don't want spoilers because it will be spoiler heavy, please turn off because we don't need to be spoiled. So yeah, thanks for listening. If this is where you're jumping off, thanks for listening this week. Like we say, episodes every Monday. Please support the show by leaving a like and subscribe where you can. Any questions or suggestions, anything like that, please hit us up on our various socials. So Gmail at PTPlayerspod, Gmail is PTPlayerspod@gmail.com, Twitter at PTPlayerspod, Twitter is PTPlayerspod, and Facebook is Part-Time Players Podcast. So any of them, send us some feedback. So it'd be great to start hearing from you again. And next week's episode will be Cyberpunk. So this is where you're leaving us. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank you. Keeping Star Wars theme because we're basically turned into a Star Wars podcast now. With the new, obviously they're taking a little bit of a break at the moment with the movies. Where do you? Obviously, the rumors are that they're gonna go to the past, to almost Old Republic, High Republic, whatever you want to call it, with the new films, which I would love. I think that is where they should go. They need to just completely go away from the Skywalker stuff and leave all that stuff alone now and completely go do their own thing. With that, do you reckon that will then bring a new RPG with it?
Yeah, if the films go that way, then I think they'd definitely go that way with the games. I just kind of like what they're doing with the Mandalorian. Like, it's kind of rekindled my love of the Star Wars universe and that. That sounds really corny, but yeah, I enjoy it. Enjoy the program. I think it's really good. The Mandalorian is 100 times better than the last two films were. The Force Awakens, I loved it. It was a really good film, but the last two were just absolute crap. And the Rise of Skywalker didn't even. Not a lot of people liked what was the second one? The Last Jedi. Not a lot of people like that. Rise of Skywalker didn't even make as much money as that, so they can tell. That's how
people were done after the Last Jedi.
Yeah, it's just,
Last Jedi is my least favorite Star Wars film.
Yeah, I didn't even see Rise of Skywalker in the cinema. I waited for it to come on TV. I was like, I just don't care. But you've got a show like The Mandalorian, you've got the lore, you've got like fan favorite characters in it, and it's just brilliant. I don't know if you want to lead this week's episode, if you can remember it. You've got a synopsis in front of you. Or do you want me to take the helm?
Yeah, if you can.
Yeah. I watched it this morning, so I should be able to remember it. So cool. Carries on from last week's episode where Mando, he has got a name, but I can't remember what it is taking baby Yoda or Grogu to Typhon.
Yep.
I kind of thought you might have seen a bit of like more turmoil getting to Typhon, but it looks like it was a really easy trip. So
they could have made a whole another episode, couldn't they?
Yeah, because apparently
it's getting there again, getting stuck in some ice cave.
Well, it's in the what I understand. Typhon's in the deep core, and it's kind of like a bit of a bastard to get to. But yeah, they just thought that weren't interesting. So they got to
Typhon.
Typhon.
A bit of episodes already. So
yeah, they got to Typhon, landed. They find that the stone that Grogu has to sit on.
Yep.
So
it turns out it was Stonehenge, wasn't it?
Yeah, it looks like
Turns out it was actually in
it's in Somerset,
Devon or Cornwall, wherever that is.
Yes. I think it's in Somerset. I was there like this year.
Somerset, it might be Somerset actually.
Yeah, I can't remember. Aylesbury. So he takes him there, puts him on the rock, and he kind of ain't doing anything. And then he hears a ship, and then what ship is it? Holy shit! It's Slave One. I was like, that is cool. It's a cool looking ship.
Yeah, really as soon as you saw it, you was like, oh shit, that's so recognisable, isn't it? So, yeah.
And then he's like, right, we've got to go. But then as he turns around, Grogu's like tapping in. He's got his little meditating. He's holding his hands like he's meditating. Yeah, and he's fully in. He's fully into the Force.
Yeah. There's so many like, oh, this is cool moments in this. I love this episode.
The bit when Mando then goes down to the ship and Boba Fett comes out and you see it's Boba Fett and he's scarred all over his face. I don't know if that's from the Sarlacc. And he just basically wants his armor back. He's like, give me my armor back, or I'll shoot you. And he's like, it doesn't matter. And he's like, no, we've got a sniper trained at Grogu, and it was the woman. She was from season 1. Is that right? Yeah, season 1 that we had. It was one of the bounties he went after. So then them two, and then as they're talking, he's like, we'll help protect the child as long as you just give him my armor. And obviously Mando's like, no, because you're not a Mandalorian, you can't have it. And anyway, then a load of stormtroopers turn up, and they're just getting killed left, right, and center. They're just cannon fodder, really, aren't they? They're just absolutely
it was cool. It was a really good fight. And
the way Boba Fett's using like a I can't remember what they called, Gafter, so maybe it's something like a Tusken Raider stick.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know what the weapon's called,
Yeah, I'm feeling that's what it's called. I can't remember. He's smashing them through like the face, impaling them, and he's just going to town on them. And then he sees the Razor Crest open, which I've noticed that in Star Wars, that's what they seem to do. They land on a planet, they just leave the ship open. Like, I drive somewhere, I don't leave my car unlocked. I'll
just leave your boot open.
Just like, go on, I'll be back in a minute, I'll leave that open. But yeah, he goes in there, you assume he's going to go in there. And then Mando and, I can't remember what the other character's called, I can't remember what she's called, but they're fighting all the stormtroopers. Looks like they're surrounded, they're going to get killed, and then Boba Fett just jetpacks down and just starts shooting everyone. And he's got all his different like gadgets and his wrist, and he's got like little rocket things that shoot out of his knee, and like it's just it's crazy. It's like a fan. That's what I mean. That's what I mean about they do it better than the films. It's a fan favorite, and they've got him live action. It's just brilliant. And
it's a cool moment.
There's one part where Mando has to take his jetpack off, and Boba Fett puts his gun down, and then he doesn't pick his jetpack back up, and then if he had, it would have come in useful later in the episode. So once they've all killed all the stormtroopers, like the stormtroopers retreat after Boba Fett turns up, and then Boba Fett shoots the ships down with his jetpack rocket thing. And then you just hear another another bang, and the Razor Crest gets absolutely destroyed. That ain't getting repaired. That's gone now. Razor Crest has just
maybe we go back to that fishing planning and put a little bit of rope around it or something.
It's absolutely, it's just gone.
And
then they realize that Grogu is in danger, so literally just after Mando left him to help try and defend him from stormtroopers, he stops, like the false connection thing, because that's the only thing I pick out of this episode. There was a couple of times where he kept trying to get Grogu out with that force field around him. He knew he couldn't do it, and he kept on doing it. And it's like, mate, nothing's changed. You can't get through. But
he's not exactly bright. Like you said earlier about the jetpack thing, him not picking it up again was a bit stupid, and then him continuously trying to, I don't know, hit his head against the wall, apparently. He doesn't learn. He's
no, and he can't. If he had his jetpack, he would have been able to get up, because the Imperial cruiser sends down the dark troopers that we saw on an episode a couple of weeks ago, snatch Grogu, lift off, and he literally gets there like a seconds after he went. So if he had his jetpack, he would have got there in no time. And now Moff Gideon has Grogu, and it's kind of like Mando didn't really care as well. He was like, because Boba Fett said we're in your debt because we said we'd help protect the child. So until you get him back, we'll help you. But before that, Mando was like, oh, he's gone now. So I don't know if he was just like, nah, oh well.
Yeah,
I tried.
Yeah. I tried to get him to a Jedi.
Yeah,
I kind of did, but then she didn't want him.
Didn't want him, yeah.
Kind of,
but
another mouth to feed.
Yeah, it's going to. I think he's going to. I don't know if he's going to get a squad because he goes back to what's her name? Right, what's that planet called? I can't remember.
I can't remember the planets or any of the characters.
I carried his name. Anyway, he goes back to the woman, and she's working for the Republic now.
Yeah.
The character from I'm going to have to find out what it's called.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody knows who you're talking about.
Yeah. He goes there, and I need help busting someone out, and it's Bill Burr. So he's going to come out, and he's going to rip some people into so they're going to bust him out. So I think he's going to assemble a team. I don't know, maybe he'll go back to Tatooine and grab the Marshal assemble his crack team to try and get Grogu back.
Yeah, it's going to be another Prison Break type thing, but on it's not quite a Star Destroyer, is it? It's whatever version of that is. Yeah, Imperial Cruise or whatever it is. So it's it was a very good episode.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is, who was Grogu communicating with? What Jedi was it? Because there's a few out there, but who was he talking to? I know we discussed it last week. Have you changed your mind in who you think it could be? I know I saw a few things I saw online that I could only watch this morning, but people saying like Luke Skywalker, but I don't really want it to be Luke Skywalker because, well, not Luke Skywalker from the sequel films because he just was. I don't know, he's like a non-character really. That's what people wanted in those films. They wanted Luke Skywalker to come back and start kicking ass and being like he was in the original films, but it didn't happen. And then you get someone like Boba Fett coming into this series and he's doing exactly what you think he should do. Yeah, it's brilliant. So
Luke at this stage in the timeline, although they did ruin Luke in the end with the films, he is still just after Jedi, and he's still obviously hunting down relics, trying to rebuild the Jedi Order and stuff. So he would be a younger Luke with his green lightsaber, whatever. So it would be a dream if they did put him in there and he wasn't completely ruined. And it would probably save a little bit of the legacy of Luke Skywalker as well.
Yeah.
But I don't think it will be him. I think it's going to be, I don't know. I've heard things about it being Ezra, who's from Rebels.
Yeah, because that's why Ahsoka wanted to find Thrawn.
And I'm pretty sure, I can't remember how it ends now, but I know obviously you always liked her, and I'm pretty sure it did end with them being together. But Ezra is with Asbine, and she is a Mandalorian, so he's with a Mandalorian.
Oh, okay.
So the links are so obvious that it kind of works. And the whole link with all the Mandalorians and him and him being a Jedi and pretty much all the characters from Clone Wars or Rebels have been put into this now. Because I believe the head guy, is it Dave Filoni or whatever his name is, who's one of the producers on this. Obviously, he was one of the writers on Rebels and Clone Wars, and he's basically putting all his characters, he's putting this into this. So it kind of makes sense if they put Ezra as the Jedi.
That'd be cool, yeah.
So I have seen
I've seen mock-ups of like Sebastian Stan, Bucky from Marvel, like done up as Luke Skywalker. But obviously that's not official. And then a load of people are saying it's going to be Mace Windu. It's just
Mace Windu one is cool. So out there.
If Mace Windu come back, that'd be so cool. It would be really cool.
Then again, then bring about Boba Fett. That is one of those have you actually fucking done this? And they have. Yeah. So I guess anything's on the table right now because they've done that. It could be anything. We could get some. It could be anything. You can't even rule out the dead people because of False Ghost. We could see, I don't know, Obi-Wan, Yoda,
Qui-Gon.
Exactly. Any of them, and obviously them all looking older. Although I don't know if Ghost age, kind of. Yeah, do you know what I mean? They're all going to look older, but they're I don't know. I guess the most obvious one, if they're going to do a ghost, would be Yoda, just because it's all animated anyway. So, Yeah,
it's really good. Yeah, there's 2 episodes left. Obviously, next week hopefully will just be another action-packed episode. Really short episode this week. It's only 32 minutes, I think it was.
Yeah.
It felt a bit longer. Good, but yeah, hopefully the next 2 will be straight back into it, busting out Bill Burr's character, and trying to get Grogu back. It's gonna be,
I don't know who the director was in this episode, but it was filmed really good. I really liked the way it was. It was quite noticeable. Like the cinematography.
I think it was Jon Favreau, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, it was very well filmed. Just when he was on that planet, and I was quite impressed with how it was all filmed. It was very good.
No, look really good story, good action.
Yeah, Grogu throwing around the stormtroopers in the ship.
Yeah, the stormtroopers.
And then showing obviously the dark saber to him.
Put some like baby size.
How upset will you be if they kill Baby Yoda?
I don't think I'll care, to be honest. No. So
the love character on TV at the moment.
I don't think they will, to be honest. I don't know if it'll end with Mando getting him back this season, but it will be. I don't think they'll kill him. Yeah, well, they want to keep.
Yeah,
they want to keep him alive for whatever experiments they're doing, don't they? So, yeah, it's.
Yeah. Well, we've got 2 episodes. I'm sure next episode will be him assembling the team and attempting to bring him back, and then last one will be him coming back, and probably as he saves him, Thrawn turns up, I reckon.
Maybe, yeah, that could be the season finale.
Yeah,
I don't know if we're going to be able to. So we're going to be able to do next week's. That's fine, but then the week after the finale, we're not going to be able to do it because they're going to pre-record. So it's.
Well, I guess the week after that is that will be when we're doing our in-person.
Yeah. So we can do it then.
Yeah, we'll do it then.
Yeah,
if we can remember it and we haven't drunk too much.
Cool.
I guess that's it for this week.
That is, like we said before, please follow us and like us on our social medias and use them to get in touch. Leave a review and a nice star rating. That would be much appreciated. And tell a friend if they think they would like this podcast, because that helps us grow as well, get more listeners.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, thank you for anybody that's listened or is listening. And thanks for the support.
Yeah, and we'll see you next week with our Cyberpunk.
Please write in. Like I said, if you've got any questions, we're happy to answer them. And obviously we will have all our thoughts, early impressions. And obviously I'm sure we'll do a few episodes where we talk about how our progression is going and what we think of the game over the next coming weeks. So months, years.
Yeah.
Until next time. Catch you later. Bye.